welcome to Lumen Morning Diary with us, the winning team. Apologies for starting the show late due to technical fault. Wow, and today is Saturday. This is a day that everyone has been waiting for those who are watching us wherever you are in all the four corners of Zambia. We welcome you to the show. Twamisengera mkwai muchitonga ause twamitambula muchinyanza mbati twamilandirani wonse kuli show yanu yamene mkondesesa Lumen Morning Diary. And I'm not alone in the studio. I have two beautiful ladies, and trust me, these are beautiful. Alice, good morning.
Good morning, Henry.
Good morning, Henry. Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah, thank you so much. And today's topic of focus, we are simply looking at the reflection of the year, being the last Saturday of the year 2024. And this is the day that we can talk about 2024 in one day, but you can also participate and let us know which stories have really affected you in this year 2024. Not only affected you, but something that you've been happy with. You can always share. And the phone lines, we've just opened them as soon just now. We've just opened the phone lines so that we can also get to know what has really affected you and what you can talk about that pleased you in this year. And don't forget that as we always do on this show, we always give you the full package, ranging from the Bible reflection with a food, the food for the soul with Father Arthur. I just can't wait to hear that. And also, apart from that, we also have the trends. The newspaper pick is also part of the show.
Yes, indeed. Like Henry has said, today's topic is a reflection of 2024. We want to find out today. It's all about interaction. We want to find out from you, our dear viewers, how your 2024 has been, how the journey in this year that we're about to end has been. We want to hear from you. Let's get to interact. It's important that we also find out from our viewers what they have been through. We really need to know. Yes, Genera.
Yeah, so before we listen to our viewers' views, I would like to ask you, my fellow, how has been your 2024?
Alice?
Ladies first. Ladies first. Yeah. Okay. Honestly speaking, it has been a rough year, a year of ups and downs, a year of hiccups. It's just by God's grace that we had to survive. Otherwise, I would call it a year of testing. I was being tested. I can't wait for it to finish. Looking forward to 2025 rather, by God's grace. Of course, I pray 2025 should be a better year, a year that flows with a lot of blessings ahead.
Amen. I'm sure your prayer has been answered. And yourself, Henry?
Yeah, indeed, 2024 has been a very good year. A year that has taught us a lot of lessons, a year that has come with a lot of, stories, whenever one story after the other. And it has been the year whenever you are caught with bad news, definitely something funny will just pop up. This has been the year where you hear this bad news and then the next day something good. But all in all, it is a year that everyone has a story to tell. But don't forget that you can also tell us our stories, our viewers that are watching us through different platforms, being it on social, on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on the television. You can also let us know how you feel about this year. This year cannot end without hearing your voices, how this year has been. General.
Well, for me personally, 2024 hasn't really been a good year, because I've lost some family members that have changed. And they are so sensitive. I've had times that I've been happy and times that I've cried. whenever I'm in bed, you just start crying because you're reflecting on what's really happening. You know, looking at the economy right now, things are a bit tough. And you know, where you are used to having money, and now you have a lot of problems that you need to sort out.
Yeah.
Last Gamba Filipina has been a year of love, a year of heartbreaks. But definitely God has seen us through, and He's still going to see us through.
Very, very important.
That is what Jenna has to say anyway. But also, you know, 2024, it's good that we'll have a guest that will come later on and share his experience, but also we ask him questions why things happen like that, and to give us at least a clear view of what we should expect in 2025. We have questions here and there based from the economic and political, maybe in the climate change, in line with different issues affecting people in the society. Don't forget to share this show so that you can also invite others to learn more and also contribute through these platforms. General, definitely 2024 has had a lot of trends. Yeah, I feel before we talk about the trends for today, Alice, maybe we can also talk about the trends of the previous months.
Oh yes, the trends of the previous months. I remember us talking about the issue of load shedding. Yes, we had talked about how bad it became, like it became worse at some point, where other people would experience power for days.
Yeah.
And like they would go for 3 to 5 days without power. You know, people started, you know, talking about it. What's happening in our nation? Why is this happening?
That issue is still trending. It's just that it's like we become used.
Yeah.
Because it's people are still going days without power.
Yeah, and it is also in this very year where we had the total blackout countrywide, where you know, including hospitals. Yeah, I mean countrywide we had total blackout because of that fault that happened on between Zambia and Zimbabwe. But thank God it was worked on. Yeah, and also you know, when you talk about load shedding, it was this very year that we had 3 hours of power. You know, I think in some places whereby 2 to 3 days without power. It was this very year that someone who had a barber shop who was paying rentals closed that business because of load shedding. That could not have people that could not afford to buy gen sets, that the solar panels and the like. It was in this very year.
Yes,
it has. This is what we're saying. It has been a very challenging year. So the other story that made headlines this year, the disappearance of JJ Banda. That one really made headlines, and to date, he has been disappearing in our sight.
Yes.
To the extent that the seat has been grabbed from him to have by-elections. Then the other story is the prices of the pump prices.
The fuel pump prices.
Yes. It has not been stable.
It keeps on changing.
It keeps on changing. It's always changing, and it gets worse each time. It might reduce by 2 kwacha or 17 ngwe, but the next month it would probably be hiked.
The other story that actually made headlines and how Zambians reacted to it is just so funny. The cooler box. And the sad part is that you know, out of that we got to somebody lost his life.
Yes.
Which is really a sad story, I would say. Honestly speaking, I don't know how overexcited we Zambians were about it, such that we had to act in that manner, and at the end of the day, a life was lost.
Yeah, it was also in this very year that people had expected for someone to stand in 2026 where he was declared not eligible. That was on the 10th of December. It was again in this very year that people actually are still queuing up for Millie Meal just to access Millie Meal for 230 kwacha. We've not forgotten about that issue when you go to compounds such as Garden Compound. There are some stories that certain shops are opening at 01, closing up to 04 hours just to ensure that whosoever is lucky at that particular time, those are the people that can buy Millie Meal. It is in this very year.
Yes, and I remember also in this year 2024 where we had a story in the eastern province of a girl who happened to have died 5 years ago. I don't know that story.
Resurrected.
How?
We had those stories in this year 2024. We had those stories making headlines all over.
Just as we are talking about these stories, that surfaced this year, when you see those numbers that are scrolling on the screen, you can call us right away and just try to remind us what is it that trended in your area that you felt touched you in the year 2024. We are wrapping it up today from January to December. What is it that has affected you on a personal level, a family level, and also in the community where you're watching us from?
And yes, the other story that I've actually remembered that touched us the most, which was really a sad story, it was the issue of younger drivers being killed. Those stories really made headlines. If you remember them very, very well, would in a short period of time would hear a younger driver has been killed, or somebody has booked a younger and they wanted to be killed. But the fortunate part is that the other person had escaped. We've heard of such stories. People were actually scared now, like asking, are we safe to get on these youngers? We actually heard of those stories in the year 2024.
You see what I'm saying? This year has been an upside down year. It had a lot of activities.
Stories of children being kidnapped and later found dead. Stories of adults, people being...
Each time we see there's a post of the missing
person, you would even get scared, like, because okay,
in the next 2-3 days
you hear they're dead.
This person was found.
It was also in this year where we had that little girl who faked her on, like she was being kidnapped.
It's not only a girl. They were talking about life of a student. We had many.
Yes, I remember that story.
Who asked for ransom of, is it 80,000?
80,000 because he wanted to cover up his school fees. Yes, we've had so many stories. Like Henry had said earlier on, we want to hear from you, our dear viewers. What story has really touched you in this year 2024? Share with us. Mungatiuzeko kuri konse mchitundu chiri chonse tizachita understand. We are one Zambia, one nation.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of sad stories.
Yeah,
I'm sure the only good story that was talked about is the cooler box because it brought joy to people. Yes. But we also had things that made our country proud. Muzala, getting the was second in the Olympics. Barbara Banda winning the.
That's actually good news.
That's a good news.
So we had things that really gave us joy.
Yes.
Yeah, again, coming back to the church, it was this very year that the Cathedral of Child Jesus was locked up during the memorial of the late President Michael Chilufya Sata. These are the stories, you know, touched different social life, economic life, the church
You
life.
missed out something very important for us as Lumen TV. It's this very year that Lumen TV
Yes.
is in all provinces of Zambia.
Yeah, and I can proudly say, I can proudly say that someone in Mporokosa is watching
Exactly.
us. Someone in the northern part of Zambia, southern part of Zambia, western part of Zambia, eastern part of Zambia, the central part of Zambia, whatsoever part of Zambia that you may think of, Lumen TV is actually there.
Oh yes, which is a very good news to us all and to everyone out there.
Yeah.
So we dive into the newspaper picks now.
We do the newspaper picks.
All right, pick one, Alice.
The Mass newspaper's headline says, if the minister is thinking of resting, Masebo should resign and let the president assign someone who has a mentality of service. Kafwaya.
Zambia Daily Mail, the headline, Bank of Zambia unveils 5 billion drought facility. Bank of Zambia has unveiled a 5 billion stability and resilience facility for onward lending to businesses in the agriculture sector and those negatively impacted by the current electricity shortage. This story continues on page 3.
Okay, the other story here says, why are we misleading people, especially the farmers? This is Membe. The story continues on page 2. And in other international story which says, Biden to seek comfort from Pope. U.S. President Joe Biden is set to visit the Vatican in January to seek solace and relief as his term draws to a close, according to the New York Times.
Wow. Still in the Zambia Daily Mail, court joins church mother bodies to same-sex case. The Constitutional Court has allowed 3 church mother bodies to be joined to a case a governance activist is seeking its interpretation as to whether the law prohibiting same-sex acts is interpretation as to whether the law prohibits same-sex. This story continues on page 3.
All right.
Yes.
In the world of football, Barbara Banda, once in a lifetime talent. Chipolopolo coach congratulates Copper Queens skipper over 2024 successes.
Wow.
All right, so that is all what we had for you in the newspaper pick, and let's dive into the trends. You know, this is the time when people get to confirm, is that story true or not? Was it just the social media surface or not? But we still have the trends here in the studios where Nakonde has recorded 7 confirmed cholera cases. Ministry of Health has confirmed. Since the year started, you know, Nakonde, this is the first time that has recorded these numbers in terms of cholera cases. And don't forget that cholera is here, and today we experienced, in fact, Lusaka has received rainfall in all corners of Lusaka, and you can also take the precautions to prevent cholera.
Oh yeah, yes, I would actually say the same, Henry. Yes, we need to take precaution. It starts now. We don't have to wait until it gets worse when it comes to that.
Yeah, still onward, stranger. Quito thief attempts to steal mental patients' testicles. Despite having a pair of his own, a man of Quito was in early morning of yesterday found red-handed savagely cutting the testicles of a defenseless, mentally ill man with a knife in an attempt to steal them.
Sad story there in Kitwe.
Yes, sad.
I think that's just what can we say?
It's really, really, really sad. Anyway, we've heard
I have this last one. We were celebrating Christmas. We all enjoyed and all had fun. Unfortunately, a Livingston hubby discovered his wife dead after Christmas outing at Yomab's show. So this story is like this. They went out, both husband and wife, to go and celebrate Yomab's show. Unfortunately, I don't know, they had an argument on their way back. They had to separate ways. The hubby reached home and found that the wife wasn't there. He started searching for her. The following day, I think at 5 or 4, he was later informed by the neighbors that they had found her hanging. There's a body that's hanging on their tree, mango tree.
Sad story in Kitwe.
It's really a sad story.
I mean, Livingstone. Yeah, you know, my mind is
with the
Kitwe sad story. And also, you know, there are some stories that surfaced on the social media showing the Copper Belt residents how they were celebrating Christmas. You know, those hazardous fireworks, instead of pointing them up in the sky, but they were pointing on individuals. That was not safe for living. Let's hope we do not expect such occurrences in this festive season, especially on the New Year's Eve.
Okay. Anyway, we know we have a lot of stories that are trending on social media. But for now, we go on a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Dear viewers, we are excited to inform you of a very special program starting Tuesday, 16th December 2024. Lumen TV Zambia, in collaboration with Radio Maria Yatsani Voice, will bring you a unique program titled Pilgrims of Hope.
This program will be shot from Radio Maria Yatsani Voice and will air every Tuesday at 10 hours. It is designed to help you prepare for and celebrate the upcoming Jubilee Year 2025.
As you may know, a Jubilee Year or Holy Year is proclaimed by the Holy Father every 25 years. The last Jubilee Year was 2000, and now 2025 marks another such momentous occasion.
The theme of the Jubilee Year 2025 is Hope Does Not Disappoint, inspired by Romans chapter 5, verse 5. The lovely program, Pilgrims of Hope, will aim to ensure that this Jubilee becomes a time for everyone to renew their hope.
Join our special guests and presenters live every Tuesday at 10 hours on Lumen TV and Radio Maria Yatsani Voice.
Be part of this inspiring Pilgrims of Hope journey and participate through live phone calls and messages. Remember, hope does not disappoint.
Welcome to Roma Parish Academy, a Catholic school dedicated to transforming the mind of the child into a productive individual. Guided by our motto, excellence through faith and hard work, we empower students to reach their full potential. Our qualified teaching staff, registered with the Teaching Council of Zambia, provide exceptional guidance and support. In an excellent environment conducive for learning, your child will discover their passions and talents. And with affordable fees and flexible payment plan, quality education is within reach. At Roma Parish Academy, we nurture minds, transform lives, and shape the future. Join our community today. Contact us on 0761 583 648 or 0776 104 332. Visit our Facebook page, Roma Parish Academy St. Stephen. Roma Parish Academy, excellence through faith and hard work. Transforming minds one child at a time.
welcome back. In as much as we are talking about the reflection of 2024, we can't just talk and talk and talk without being fed by Father Arthur. Good morning, Father.
Morning, General.
How are you?
Good morning, Father.
I'm good. Yourselves?
Okay, and compliments of the season
Thank
to you, Father.
Same to you. We're still in the festive season.
Oh yes.
So, Father, we've actually said a lot about the reflection of 2024, but
Okay.
you know, our souls need to be fed.
Yeah.
What do you have for us and the viewers today?
All right. It's something actually very connected to what you've been talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically also a reflection on the things that we have experienced in the past 12 months,
Okay.
but also reflecting on these things with a heart of gratitude. Yeah. So I thought this morning for the food for the soul, I could talk about Thanksgiving or gratitude at an individual level, but also institutional. The year 2024 hasn't been an easy year. You see, when we are starting every year, mankarati tuma
Resolution.
yeah, some of us even write them somewhere.
Yeah, and we tend to break some of them.
Yeah. So of course, when you write those resolutions, your desire is that you're going to do all those things.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that is your desire, that is your wish. But we don't hold our future in our hands. We have no control over what happens tomorrow. So it's not everything that we put on that list or on those lists that we come to accomplish. Yeah, maybe just 50% or maybe even less than 50%.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And sometimes when you think about that, like seriously, you feel bad about it. Because you had so much that you wished you could accomplish, but then, you know, as fate would have it, you didn't really accomplish much, and so you feel bad, you blame yourself, you blame somebody else, you blame the church, you blame the government, you blame everybody else. So it becomes some kind of a moment of torment when you're thinking about those things. But despite all that, there is still a reason for gratitude. Yeah. There's still something that we can think about and be grateful for. Things could not have been all bad. Certain things went well. Yeah. And some of the things that went well were things that maybe you didn't even notice or acknowledge, you know, or were aware of. Because that is how God works. Sometimes God, you know, is doing a lot in the background, and you're not even noticing what He's doing. Yeah. If you check what has happened in the past, maybe even at an individual level, you're going to see that you have moved. You know, you have made a step ahead, or some progress in your life in one way or another. That is reason enough for you to thank God for. If you feel that you have not made a step, you know, further, or you have not progressed in your life in any way, you know, because somebody out there could be thinking, but in any type of if anything, I've even gone back. The fact that you're actually alive even to say that today is reason enough for you to be grateful to God, because somebody has not had that opportunity. Maybe they died yesterday, maybe they died last month, maybe they died 2 or 3 months ago. So the fact that you even have that voice to say, you know, that's reason enough for you to say, yeah, I know things didn't go well, but I thank you, my Lord, because at least I'm here even to say that things didn't go well. So at every given moment, there is something that we can thank God for. So it's important to be positive, to look at the positive side of how the year has been. Kunadi, no, I'm going to buy a car.
You're shooting at us now.
This is my year. This is my year. This one, 2024, is my year.
Yeah, I'll be a missus.
I'll be missing somebody. I'm going to build a house.
Yes.
I'm going to buy a new phone. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to do that. Unadi is nice. Yeah. But yeah, here we are.
You just reminded me of a post on Facebook that where are your papas that were telling you 2024 is your year.
You are meeting your husband.
Yeah. You know, there are things like that. But regardless of all that, we can still look up to God and say, I'm still grateful.
Yes.
Because I'm here today.
True.
Yeah, I'm here today. You are making it possible for me even to be able to make another list of resolutions. Because maybe I have a family member or a colleague or a friend who has not made it up to this point. So it's important always to be positive. Things cannot always go our way, but we can always be positive and say, okay, things have not gone the way we planned in 2024, but we'll try again. 2025 is coming. I'll try again. I'll see how things go. God is going to bless me. So always to remain positive. There's a story that I like of a kid who didn't have much in life, you know, because his parents were not able to give him the things that he saw from his friends. So whenever he went to school, he could admire his friends have this, but he didn't have those things. So he used to complain a lot to his parents. Yeah, you know, kids, they want to have what other their fellow kids have. If I could know the parents can't afford whatever they survive. If they see a fellow child eating chocolate, they want to eat chocolate. If they see a fellow child has a nice bag, they want to have a nice bag. So this kid used to complain about not having much, and one of the things that he complained about really was the shoe. He didn't have not even nice shoes, but not even bad shoes, but he didn't have any shoes at all. So he used to go to school so sharp, and his friends used to laugh at him, used to make fun of him and all that, and until one day on his way back from school he met a fellow child who didn't have the feet. Okay, the feet, that was no feet, and this child was just being carried in a wheelchair. When he looked at that, it touched him, and that was the last time that he complained about not having shoes. Because he met someone who didn't even have the feet that he had himself. When you think about a story like that, it helps you to be grateful for the little that you have, for the little that you have accomplished in 2024. You cannot have everything that you could not have had everything that you wished you could have, but at least you had the feet. At least you had the nose to breathe this air. So there's always something to be grateful for, and it is important to be grateful always. That is at an individual level. Even at an institutional level, as a station as Lumen TV, for example, we've had our bad moments, our bad times, but if we want to be positive, we're going to realize that there's a lot that God has done for us, for the institution, that we can focus on and be grateful for. So, and for me, one of the highlights is the expansion of the signal. That it has moved from Lusaka to other places as well. Not the whole country, as in the whole country, but at least it is not just in Lusaka. People in Chinsali can watch us. People in Kasama, Mansa, Chingola, Kitwe, Ndola, Mazabuka, Kafue, Livingstone, in Chipata. People from all these places can watch us, which was not there before. We do have certainly our own challenges, which we are still grappling with, but we don't want to focus on the challenges. We don't want to focus on the bad moments. We want to focus on the brighter side. So yeah, in short, we can always think about the things that God has given us before we begin to think of the things that we have not yet received.
Yes, just to say something further, it's just that we people, many a times, we looking at the reflection of life, many a times we focus on the negative part, what negative things have happened in our lives. even just the good thing that has happened in our lives, we intend to push it aside.
Yeah.
We brush it all off, like we just focus on the negative,
Yeah.
the bad things that have happened in our lives, which is not supposed to be the case. Indeed, like you've said, it's important to always even just cherish the good things that have happened in our lives. Nangu nikangono, we need to treasure that.
Yeah, and you know, many a times we actually forget one thing that we've achieved, one thing that we've received. The biggest blessing is we're still alive.
Yes.
Not everyone will make it out of 2024. We've lost so many people, but just you being alive is an achievement.
A huge blessing.
It's a huge blessing, actually. Yeah. But you know, human beings as we are, we just want to complain.
Yes.
Yes, and as long as you have no finances, you're alive, but you have no finances, things are not going your way, you complain. You think you're hated, but God loves you because you're still alive.
Yes.
No, it's important always to be grateful. You know, I'm reminded of the story of Jesus and the 10 lepers. Jesus heals the 10 lepers.
Yes.
These 10, they all go. When they realize that they are healed, of course these other 9 continue the journey. They go to celebrate their healing. But there's one that comes back to say thank you to Jesus, because this one realizes that it is not by his own power that he has received that grace. It is because of Jesus. So he goes back. He forgets about all the bad moments that he has had. He goes back to say thank you for this particular grace. And I think we can also have that attitude also, you know. For a moment, just forget about the bad moments. For a moment, forget about the bad things. Forget about you not having achieved that and that and that and that. Just go back to God and say, at least I even have the voice to complain with. I am grateful.
Exactly. You've not been in hospital from January to December, but you're still complaining.
Yeah.
We are human.
So that's what I thought we could talk about this morning. Yeah, just to be grateful. And I think this should be the last Saturday of the
it's
year.
the last Saturday of the year.
The last Saturday of the year of 2024. Yeah. So it was appropriate that we talk about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. No, thank you so much, Father.
Thank you.
We've been fed. We've been given hope.
Okay.
We'll learn to appreciate whatever we have.
Please, very important.
That was Father Arthur feeding us with the food for the soul. For now, we go on a break. We'll be right back.
1 2 1 2 mic testing 1 2. Mwaka tulese vya makumi ya sanu efitenti Uno Afrika Lesa weso Fomfu mwina mupashiyobe Pafitenti fyonse I am Father Mwansa Andrew from the Archdiocese of Kasama. Currently I'm working for St. Charles Luanga Matiba Parish in Chilobi mainland. I'm here at Lumen TV recording studio. I've just come to record my songs that I want to release as an album. First of all, I've just recorded 3 songs. The first one is talking about being active in our small Christian communities. My encouragement to those who may want to record their songs out there, it's an invitation that you come here to Lumen TV recording studio. It's a right studio, and I've really enjoyed. I've found people who are so good and welcoming. And they have good instruments and machines to use. So as I'm speaking, you can see I'm from recording the song. It's very nice to be here, and I'm glad for having this opportunity of recording my songs from this studio. I'm encouraging and inviting everyone who may want to record their songs to come here at Lumen TV recording studio. Thank you so much.
Dear viewers, we are excited to inform you of a very special program starting Tuesday, 16th December 2024. Lumen TV Zambia, in collaboration with Radio Maria Yatsani Voice, will bring you a unique program titled Pilgrims of Hope.
This program will be shot from Radio Maria Yatsani Voice and will air every Tuesday at 10 hours. It is designed to help you prepare for and celebrate the upcoming Jubilee Year 2025.
As you may know, a Jubilee Year or Holy Year is proclaimed by the Holy Father every 25 years. The last Jubilee Year was 2000, and now 2025 marks another such momentous occasion.
The theme of the Jubilee Year 2025 is Hope Does Not Disappoint, inspired by Romans chapter 5, verse 5. The lovely program, Pilgrims of Hope, will aim to ensure that this Jubilee becomes a time for everyone to renew their hope.
Join our special guests and presenters live every Tuesday at 10 hours on Lumen TV and Radio Maria Yatsani Voice.
Be part of this inspiring Pilgrims of Hope journey and participate through live phone calls and messages. Remember, hope does not disappoint.
Look at your come change.
Welcome back. We'll be joined by Father Dr. Gabriel Maplanga, the Director of Caritas Zambia, as we are looking at the review of the year 2024, as you may call it, the reflection, because we are reflecting on the year, how the year has been economically, politically, socially. As you know, Caritas Zambia deals with all those issues. Father, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Sandy.
Yes.
Good morning, Father.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
Father, run us through, especially from your side, which one, like, before we talk about maybe the hot issues, maybe on the social issues, which one that you can talk about, especially on the trends, things that surfaced on the social media? I'm sure you saw some of those things.
Yes. Thank you so much, and thank you for inviting me to come and talk about these things. First of all, when you are reviewing a year, you need to be very objective, because people have various expectations, and our country is also a little bit polarized. Whatever you say will be taken according to the position in which one, the position that one takes. Those who may be politically, those who are opposing, or are very sensitive, they want you to say something that supports them. Those who are looking, they are also looking, and they want you to say things that support them. So generally, sometimes it will be like whatever you say will be either criticized or supported. But the most important thing is to be truthful and to say things as they are, and basing ourselves on facts, and that's what we want to promote a lot. Generally, we have seen that the truth is not very much promoted when we talk of political things or economic things, but we try as much as possible to be objective. There are many things that have happened during the year. First of all, generally, people are struggling. The cost of living is quite high. It's not a fault of anybody else, but mainly it's a fault of first of all, climate change, the drought that we experienced, that resulted in energy shortage. Lack of electricity is a very big struggle for ordinary people, and it has affected people a lot. And then, of course, politically, there are some good things that have happened, and also some bad things. In terms of competition in the political field, you see that people would like to take advantage of each other. We have seen some people complaining like they are being like targeted in the political field. When you want to fight corruption, whether they involved themselves or not, but the narrative maybe changes to say, no, you are just targeting us, and then others are saying, we are fighting corruption, you did this, and that's what we are doing. And then we have seen some things that have happened in terms of judgments that the judiciary have made. And of course, we are not discussing the judgment of the judiciary to say they were wrong or not, but there are sentiments that say that the judiciary is compromised. Some people say that. Others say no, the judiciary is okay, but the judiciary have a difficult task also. On one side, they would like to be factual, objective, and then we have a challenge. Maybe somehow they'd like also to be not to confuse the nation as such, and as a result they make certain judgments that seem to not to be liked by some people, or the judiciary maybe make a decision or revise the decision that they made before, and people tend to question that the other time you said this, why are you saying this now? And so we see all those things happening. Recently, the by-elections in Kawambwa, Kaita Zambia, of course, part of CCMG, as you know, the Christian Churches Monitoring Group is a very active group in terms of monitoring elections, and the Kaita Zambia hosts CCMG. We host the offices, and they are based at Kaita Zambia actually. One thing that came out from CCMG is that there was no violence.
All right. So, Father, you've talked about certain things based on the political, economic. You've also touched about the economy, as you can't blame anyone. But people tend to say we have leaders in place to combat certain situations. Now, if you look at the issue of climate change, do we seem to have a permanent solution as a nation?
Climate change, to be honest, is a difficult thing. And it is a little bit quite complicated, because what is happening may not be the result of what we have done, let's say, in Zambia. Climate change is quite broad. Of course, we have cut trees, and that maybe has affected the climate. But mainly what happens with climate change is that human beings have done damage to the earth. they have put gases into the air because of what we produce in the factories when we are driving vehicles and all that. So these things have gone into the atmosphere and they are affecting the climate. As a result, temperature change. Temperatures change. It's either it becomes too cold or it becomes too hot, and something may have happened somewhere else, and then the effects are being felt like here. Now, when it comes to mitigating or trying to find a way around climate change, that's where now our concern is. Are we doing much to control this? I don't know exactly because I have no facts if we are doing enough or not. But generally, people are discussing climate change. I remember at Caritas we are very active in this, and we are always asking even the governments to do something to promote tree planting and to help give proper information to the people so that they understand how to go about it. And generally, climate change is not a simple thing that can be solved.
Just to refuse in, you are saying people, I feel like people are getting wrong information. You know, there are times that we are getting to hear these stories to say, no, we'll have rainfall the whole week. That week would end without having any rainfall, while people have planted maize. You know, Shima is our staple food here in Zambia. So if we don't grow maize, we will not have millet meal. We won't have Shima for that. So do you think the guys that are outside, what's really happening?
Or they just do a mix.
We may not blame those people, the meteorologists, those who are concerned with this. This science is very complicated. Prediction is not very precise. And I think everywhere they can predict like in 2-3 days or 4 days or 1 week it will rain, but within this period it can change. The prediction may be correct, but the system changes. It's a complicated science, and we cannot blame them. But of course, they also lack some proper equipment. But this time, since we are living in a global world where we are connected, they can as well make use of the global projection that's happening, and then they try to
as we are doing the revision of the year. I mean, as we are doing it in this way, Father, there is someone whose business collapsed in the year 2024 due to load shedding. So do you think load shedding is something that can come to an end anytime soon?
It is not easy to end it the way things are. We depend mainly on hydro electricity from water, and we have seen that water hasn't gone into Kariba Dam, which is the main source of electricity, and we are not very sure if it will rain enough to fill in the Kariba. Even if it rains, Kariba will not be filled within 1 month or so. It may take 3-4 months, because for water to move from northwestern up to where we draw electricity, it takes 3 months. So to fill Kariba Dam,
it will be something.
And looking at the months that we're in, because this is December, we only have 3 months till the rain season is over.
It was in 2024 when Caritas Zambia went to Kawambwa and witnessed elections there.
Yes.
And then people say that those elections were not true. The results were not true. the other part did not accept. For you as Caritas Zambia, what's your take on that?
We depend on CCMG. CCMG is very scientific and factual, and we have people on the ground. One thing that I can talk about is that in terms of people fighting, killing each other or injuring each other, or CCMG reported that there were no incidences of violence.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. At least something happened in that way. But there are other vices that will happen, like giving things to people at that time when elections are about to happen, both from opposition and from government. But of course government has an upper hand, and the government has more to give to the people that can influence the voting. But generally there are some abuses, the way people take things when it comes to election. There are some accusations like they continued registering.
Yes, even on the final day of voting.
Exactly. Even if registering is okay, but if you do it in that way, people may think that you are still registering people to vote.
All right. Still in the political, there is also an issue of ECL, being aired on the national television everywhere during that judgment. Do you think, according to your analysis as Caritas Zambia being involved in the political field, do you think that was fair for you?
It is not up to us to say if it is fair or not. It depends on the judgment that was made and the reasons that the judges gave. It was actually quite a complicated thing.
Yes, yeah, very complicated.
And for ordinary people to understand it, it was not very easy.
Unless you have keen interest. And you're about to study law.
Exactly. But they did quite a good job, because the judges, because they did some research and they really base their argument on something that they researched on. Exactly. And we are taught to respect the judgment of the judges. But of course, as I said, if you are on one side, you definitely see that that was not just.
All right.
But if you are on the other side, it
will be just.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Father, for coming through. Your last words to the viewers.
My last words to the viewers is, first of all, we need to be truthful in the way we look at issues. Whether you are looking at the economy, try to be as truthful as possible. Not just to say everything is bad, or not just to say everything is okay. We are confusing the people, because we are just saying things from our own position. We need to be factual. Then we need to love one another.
Okay.
And we need to understand the other side of others, the side of others. Yeah, if people are saying they are struggling, you need to sit down and say what they mean is what they are experiencing.
Exactly.
They are struggling.
Thank you so much, Father. In your sum up, in one word, how can you describe 20? Okay, there are many things. Is it political, economic, or what? But it was a difficult year because of the drought and electricity. That was really. But also some other good things happened, like debt restructuring. Sure. Thank you so much, Father, for coming through. That has been Father Dr. Maplanga, the director from Caritas Zambia, who has just given us the review of the year 2024. I know each and every person has the way of reviewing the year, their own perception, their own experience in the year 2024. For now, we'll go on a short break. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Roma Parish Academy, a Catholic school dedicated motto, excellence through faith, and provide exceptional guidance and support. In an excellent environment conducive for learning, your child will discover their passions and talents. And with affordable fees and flexible payment plan, quality education is within reach. At Roma Parish Academy, we nurture minds, transform lives, and shape the future. Join our community today. Contact us on 0761 583 648 or 0776 104 332. Visit our Facebook page, Roma Parish Academy St. Stephen. Roma Parish Academy, excellence through faith and hard work. Transforming minds one child at a time.
In our final stage of this program, which is the sports segment, and we've been joined by Mr. Mafuta. Mr. Mafuta, good morning.
Morning, Genara, and morning, Henry.
Good morning.
Yeah.
And compliments of the season to you.
Yeah, same to you. Quite a good day. Chilling, learning, and I was just wondering, how did you guys make it so early into the studios?
We have magic, Mr. Mafuta. So, Mr. Mafuta,
yeah,
we're looking at the review of 2024.
Yeah. How
it has been. Since you're doing the sports segment, any reviews of 2024 in the sports segment?
Yeah, actually, the 2024, has been a very bright year for Zambian sports.
Okay.
Of course, that doesn't mean we've never had challenges, but in general, I think, I almost said general, I think, yet it's general.
And whenever someone uses that word, I feel as if they're telling me.
Yeah, a success story. Of course, I'll start with, if you looked at Zambia, has been absent for the Africa Cup for some time. I think with Coach Grant at his maiden appearance as coach, he managed to take us to the AFCON. And of course, making it back to back, we are getting back again to the AFCON. So that's a really big success story. You look at our youth teams, all the youth teams have made it. They'll be participating at Continental Showpiece, that is the Africa Cup of different categories. Our women's team is there. The Chan, which is a team of local players. Of course, we qualified without kicking a ball, Henry. The opponent, Mozambique, had to withdraw, and Zambia went through without kicking a ball. So literally, you find that in that category, all teams have made it. Of course, we have also other successes that are individual based, but at the end, the accolades still come to the nation of origin. We have the big accolades like those of Barbara Banda, which is, I think, the biggest of all, winning the best women's player of the year. I think that is just a big headline of 2024. Muzala Samkonga, we can't take away anything from him. I heard you guys even talking about him in the early stages. I think Muzala Samkonga at individual level won gold at the Olympics, and he had also participated in a number of
No, he got a bronze, Mr.
a bronze, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think he deserves gold, no wonder. Yeah, so then he had other tournaments again, I think, where he was being invited, sponsored. He was still doing fine. Diana Chikotesha also becoming Zambia's best female assistant referee in the African continent, awarded by CAF. Again, that was a really big success. I think it's quite a mouthful, because even the participation at the Olympics, we were at the Olympics, and I think again it was a back-to-back. We went twice in a row, despite our performance not really speaking volumes, but I think an appearance at the Olympics is not an easy achievement.
At least it
Yeah.
The world gets to see and to know and learn about Zambia.
Yes. So I think with all those were just great successes.
Since you're talking about the achievements that we had this year, we also have another achievement of Bruce Mwampe's ranking. What do you have to say about that?
Well, yeah, Bruce Mwampe, I think this is a name that has undergone a lot of controversy. Many other times, I think you do watch sports results and review. Sometimes when I'm with my soccer pundits, the people would say the man is not really qualified for the job.
Not eligible.
We leave those terms to the courts. In football, all of you are eligible, provided they give us results.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so you find that I was talking about Blues, not quite a popular man at individual level, because others say his success is embedded in the individual performance of the players, not really him as a coach. And others are saying, given a different coach, Zambia has the ability even to lift the World Cup itself. But we cannot take away the fact that he remains the head coach. And of course, the International Federation of Football History and Statistics, that is IFFHS, has ranked Bruce in the category of the women coaches as the 6th best coach in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, now, if you talk of the world, how many coaches do we have? Of course, maybe for the sake of knowledge, we have the other 5 ahead of Bruce. That is Emma Hayes. That is an English coach, but coaching the USA team. Then in second position is Montse Tony, that is the Spanish, and also coaching the Spanish team. Then we have Sarina Weyman, that is a Dutch coach, but the one who is coaching England. We have host Rubesh, German, is also coaching German, and then we have Arthur Ellis, the Brazilian coach and coaching Brazil, and of course our very own Bruce Mwape is Zambian, coaching Zambia.
The only African.
So you find that in that top best 6, I think he's the only African.
The only African.
And that actually brings an argument also in the CAF awards. If he is the only African,
Why
we
did
expected him, if he's in that ranking at world level, why not based on the African?
you know, Mr. Mafuta, these awards are actually giving so many questions where you find the best player of the year is not in the best 11. The best coach of the year is not, the best goalkeeper of the year is not in the best 11. We saw that happening with the CAF.
I think
Onana was in the best 11 instead of Williams, who won the best goalkeeper of the year. So, Mr.
And
Mafuta,
I think you will also have a ranking of the best presenters of Lumen. I think you guys, you are the best, but you're not in our top 10.
what a funny one. Mr. Mafuta, due to time, do a quick recap on the fixtures that we have both in the Zambian League, English Premier League, Serie A, and the Liga. Touch just the important games.
Of course, the Zambian League is not having activity much. Let me say we are on a recess, like, as we wait for the coming, because we've gone already halfway.
Okay.
So for now, the only games that we can talk about is in the EPL. Also, there's nothing today, but they only have games tomorrow, Sunday, Leicester and Man City, 16:30 hours. Crystal Palace and Southampton, 17 hours. Everton and Nottingham Forest, 17 hours. Fulham and Bournemouth, 17. Tottenham Hotspurs and the Wolves, who did great damage to Manchester, it will be at 17 hours. West Ham will take on Liverpool, 19:15. These are games for Sunday tomorrow because there is no activity today. And the other games will be forwarded to Monday, where we have Aston Villa and Brighton at 21:45. Ipswich Town versus Chelsea, the Blues, who were bluesed. Also, it will be at 21:45. Manchester United, the struggling team, will take on an informed Newcastle at 22 hours. This is on Monday, and the fixtures will end with Brentford versus Arsenal on Wednesday. And of course, maybe as we conclude, someone said that, you guys, the church is more connected to Italy, a lot of Catholics, the Pope is in Italy. Maybe just a little on the Serie A, we have Empoli take on Genoa at 16 hours. Then we have Parma taking on Monza. Cagliari will take on Inter Milan. And of course, Cagliari is a team where our very own striker Mutantwa plays his trade. Then we have Lazio taking on Atalanta, the log leaders. These are for today. And Sunday, we have Udinese and Torino at 18:30, Napoli and Venezia, 18 hours. Juventus versus Fiorentina, the team where David De Gea plays his trade at 19 hours. AC Milan and Roma at 21 hours. And lastly, the Legends, Zambian team. The team that won the 2012 AFCON. In Malawi, they were seen off by the FAS Secretary General for an international game of legends that was arranged by Malawi, and the game will take on at Mbingo Mtalika Stadium in Malawi, and the head coach for the Legends team is our veteran Patrick Piri.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. You know, I love those games. Mr. Mafuta, before we end the show, how has been your 2024?
I would say it was a great year, and
Okay.
its greatness is from the aspect that we still have life.
Yeah.
And I would say it was a great year. Its greatness, it's because I think we've also seen God's favor in a lot of spheres. And I think the health aspect comes first, because we've seen a lot of people, they've not had good health, but I don't remember a day, maybe you guys who came here, no, he's not coming, he has headache. So I think the greatest of all will be the fact that God has given us life and sustained us to the end. I think that is the greatest of all. I know people would look at economic challenges. We had Father Maplanga was talking about the economic challenges. Yes, of course, but I think the greatest of all is that we still have life. The fact that we have life, we have an opportunity for other great things to come in 2025. Generally, there are people who have wealth, they've got everything, but sometimes you may have food, but you don't have the appetite. So you're better off having the appetite and looking for food.
Wow.
Well, that's a good one. So, thank you very much, Mr. Mafuta, for being with us on our last Saturday of the year. We are very grateful. Let me look at the messages that we had received today. Jeff Muvanga said he was watching. Thank you very much, Jeff. Emmanuel Chamamlinga, watching within Lusaka. Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you for watching us as we were entertaining you. Thank you to our viewers that watched us and those that wrote to us. I'm sure next year it will be bigger and better.
All right. So this sports segment brings us to the end of the show. This has been the last show of the year 2024, and see you next week. That will be New Year for us and for you who are watching us, and we are very much thankful for the support that you've given us throughout this year. We cannot just leave this show without thanking our viewers, our supporters that have been always there for us despite all the challenges. People are able to watch us through social media. For us, we come to the end of the show. Bye bye. See you next week, same time, same place. Bye bye.
Bye.
As